treat tonight. We have the Churliches that are visiting from Malaysia. They're living in Malaysia now. They're from this area, but they've been in Malaysia for many years. So we're going to invite them up to the stage and let them have a seat here at the table. Going to pick their brain about their experiences. So where they're at, excuse me, where they're at in Malaysia is Malaysia is a country that is just south of Thailand. They're in Southeast Asia, and Malaysia shares the island of Borneo with Borneo. So the country's kind of split in two. Now, you young ones, if you want to know where Malaysia is, do you remember the Jungle Book movie? And you remember King Louie, the orangutan, the big red orangutan? That's where they're from. That's Borneo. So Malaysia's right next to Borneo. So that's the area that they're from. So let's get this started. What motivated you to go to Malaysia, and why Malaysia? Warren?
Well, we wanted to go somewhere where there was a need, and actually in Malaysia there's huge areas that have never been worked, and many times you go on field service and people have never heard about Jehovah or Jehovah's Witnesses. And Nichole, she was there first, and she wanted to go there, and I wanted to serve where the need was greater, but I didn't want to do it single, and that was the main reason I went there, because she was there. But I did want to do that as well, just not single.
Yeah, so it really wasn't to serve Jehovah, it was really Okay, another question. What did you need to sacrifice to make the move happen?
Well, this applies to both of us, but we left our jobs, our family, we had to sell everything, and our lives there were quite simple. We didn't have anything, so you have to buy all new things when you get there. So a lot of sacrifices, actually.
Yeah. Okay, good. So one for you, Nichole. How do you support yourself? Or are you independently wealthy?
Unfortunately, we're not millionaires, so we both have jobs. We were both able, through Jehovah's help, to find work online. So I teach English to students from all around the world, and Warren is a computer programmer.
Okay, so how much do you make teaching English to people around the world? per hour?
About $20.
Okay, all right, good. So the point is, she didn't know that one was coming, did she? The point is, you don't need a lot of money, I'm assuming, to live in Malaysia.
So it's probably, you need a little bit more than you would if you served in, say, Central America or South America, but it's a middle income country, so if you have a little money, you'll be okay.
Okay, all right, good. So here's a treat. Can you explain and demonstrate the language for us?
Hi, selamat malam.
Selamat malam.
Apa kabar?
Baik.
Sudah makan?
Sudah.
Boleh baca? Sini.
Di sini. Bible mengajarkan bahwa Tuhan akan membawa perubahan-perubahan berikut di bumi.
Adakah kamu suka apabila orang mati?
Tak suka pasti.
Mengapa?
Sebab rasa sangat sedih.
Terima kasih.
So I'm sure you followed all that, right? They could be saying anything, actually. But, yeah, very nice. So Malay is a language. And what were you saying, Warren, that the language is based on? Remember we were talking about the other day? As far as learning Malay, it's more difficult than Spanish.
More difficult than Spanish, and there's no links to, say, Latin or English. And so that's what makes it difficult, is because when you learn a word, you have no connection to English.
Gotcha. Okay. So getting back kind of close to the ministry now, what are the main religions in Malaysia, and what's the ministry like?
Well, so Malaysia is very ethnically diverse. So we have every major world religion. You can find someone who believes that in Malaysia. The only type of person I've never met in Malaysia is an atheist. Other than that, we have Muslims, we have people who are Christian, we have Hindus and Buddhists and animists. So basically every major world religion. And the ministry is exciting because we get to meet people who have never heard about Jehovah every day.
Yeah, okay, good. So what are some of the challenges that you faced over there?
When I first went there, the first day, I could barely sleep, and I woke up covered with mosquito bites. And that was just the start, you know. There was the humidity and the heat. I couldn't sleep at night. Learning how to preach and teach in Malay, that's difficult. You really have to learn how to explain things. And then there's the cobras. Her Bible study had to move because 2 or 3 times cobras came into the house and her little children were there. That caused an issue. One time Nichole was riding a bicycle and there was a cobra on the side of the road that tried to bite her while she was riding by. So a few challenges there.
Yeah, different than here. Okay, so what about the joys? What joys have you experienced since being there?
Well, I can't count them. There's been so many. When I first moved to the congregation that we're in now, there's only about 20 publishers. And now those 20 publishers in 5 years, this always happens, I'm so sorry, have become about 100 publishers, and there are 2 congregations.
Wow. That's a nice increase.
And right there in the photo, you can see one of the ones that was 11 years old, just got baptized.
Second one over, yeah.
Okay, yeah, nice, nice, okay. So who could you say could do this, do what you're doing?
So anyone with Jehovah's help, if they have the desire and if they're willing to be adaptable, because it's not the same as living in America. You can't expect to live the same. You have to live simply and you have to adapt to their culture. So if you're willing to do that, then we need you, so come. But make sure you write to the branch first, because they are the ones who will tell you what congregations have the most need and also what language groups have the most need, because there are so many languages in Malaysia. But if you are interested, please come talk to us. We would love to tell you anything that you would like to ask about Malaysia.
Okay, very good. One last question. Why would you recommend serving where the need is greater?
Well, for me, I had to learn to rely on Jehovah. On my own, obviously, I would have failed many times. But Jehovah has helped me, and I get to live a simple life focused on the preaching work. That helps us to be happy in our marriage too. I'm always with Nichole, and we get to do the preaching work together. Sometimes we don't have any time apart.
That's getting back to the challenges, right?
Sometimes I want to give up though, serving there, but I think there must be somebody else better suited. I feel like I can't do it, but I just remember Jesus, what he said, not as I will, but as you will. So try to always think about how Jehovah's using us and try to accept the assignments. And as the last days draw to an end, it's good to be in the full-time ministry, because we view it as a protection so that we don't fall asleep spiritually.
Very nice, very nice. What about you, Nichole?
Well, if you love teaching people about Jehovah and you would like to do that on a larger scale, then serving where the need is greater is a wonderful opportunity. I know when I lived in the United States, it was challenging to find a good study. Now I have to limit my studies to 10 because I can't handle more than that. It's my choice, it's not theirs. So if you really would like to expand your ministry, serve where the need is greater, and you'll enjoy every moment you're in the service.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you so much for. Well, yeah. Since they are here, let's talk to them after the meeting. Appreciate all the work that you're doing in Malaysia, and you're coming and being willing to talk to us about that. So thank you so much. And we got it done on time too, how about that? Let's turn our meeting back to our chairman.